Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, today we're going to talk about chakra readings. I've tried multiple times different ways to film this, and the one that is most efficient is this way. So I'm going to explain what this large mess is here on my table. But first I want to tell you how I even got started doing chakra readings, because it's all because of this deck. Now I know a lot of people don't really care for this deck. I love this deck. It holds a very special place in my heart. This deck is what led me from Oracle back in to Tarot. It was the bridge for me, and I used the heck out of this deck. So for those who don't know, it's called the Psychic Tarot, but it's more of an oracle deck because it doesn't have the 10 through the quartz. It only goes up to 9, I believe, in each suit. Each suit is colored to match the chakras. No, that's not right. Each deck is colored to match the element, not the chakras, and the majors. And I just love it. If you're having a hard time bridging tarot and oracle or whatever, I highly recommend this deck. So for those who don't know, it comes with the chakra cards in the deck. And how I started doing my chakra readings was I would just lay these out, you know, like this, and then I would pull cards for, you know, each of the energy centers and read it that way. I did my chakra readings like that for the longest time. I still do chakra readings like that every now and then. But this is how I got started with this deck. I highly recommend this deck. Like I said, I love it. Now, how it turned into this. So after I had done those kind of readings for a long period of time, I would start to see images while I was doing those readings. If I was focused on the root and I'm writing down maybe whatever card I pulled out for the root, let's say it's Harmony, the Lover's card here, and I would start to write down how I felt about it, I would start to see images of these balls, like of the red ball. And then I would bring it into focus more, and I would start to make notations about it to the side of my reading. You know, I noticed that the ball was only red in the center, but black all along the outer edges of it. As that started happening more and more with each reading as I was going through it, that's when I decided to go to the drawing. I can't remember where I saw this image, because I didn't make this image up myself. I can't remember where I saw it. It might have been on a Pinterest or somewhere that I saw this circle and these double triangles drawn out like this. And I thought, that's perfect for me to do this chakra drawing on. So you can do whatever it is that you want to do if you want to try something like this. Like I said, you could draw a straight line, you could draw a stick figure, you could draw this, you could draw nothing. You could just do it in a line across if you wanted to. So you only need a piece of paper and some colored pencils, crayons, markers, colored pen, and you only need the 7. I only work with the 7 energies. I know there's other chakras than that. I don't work with those. I just work with the primary 7. I'm not going to go into deep diving explanations of what each chakra is. There's plenty of books out there. There's plenty of other reference materials out there that will explain the chakras way better than I can. So what I did for these readings, I prepped for this reading just like I did any other reading. Now, I would focus on one at a time instead of trying to go into the reading or go into, the reading, I guess, and focusing on all of them. So we're just going to go in and we're going to focus on our root. So what I would do is I would just make like a little, kind of like this, just like a little dot, but here at the base of my drawing. So that's my starting point. So now I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to start visualizing this red dot, and I'm going to pull it closer, focusing on my root chakra, and as it comes closer, I'm going to now open my eyes and start drawing what I see. I have seen anything and everything as far as these drawings go. They're not always circles to me. I have seen like where I start to bring into focus this red ball, and I see all these like squiggly red lines out from it. I draw any and everything that I see. And I don't overthink it. I just put it down on paper. So that's what you're going to do. So the only other color you need besides your 7 primary colors is something black. Black pen, black crayon, marker, whatever. And that's because, for me anyway, I often see occlusions, I guess, in the circle. So like I said, when I first started noticing it, when I was doing regular chakra readings, I noticed like a black outer ring around the red circle. So that's how I would draw it on my image here. Maybe I notice that some yellow happens to be in the black, and I would put that down here, also. And then I would continue to go through each one. So I would do this until I felt that it was complete. And then I would move immediately right on to the orange one. And I would start with my little tiny dot. Is it big? Is it medium size? Is it something that I could hold in my hand? So, that would like maybe be a medium size like that. Is it so large that I'd have to wrap my arms around it? So I would make something bigger like that. And like I said, I would continue up the thing. Now here, like this line here. So when I was focusing on my root, or not my root, my sacral and my solar plexus, I noticed that the orange line was radiating upwards towards the solar plexus. Now, before you say to me, that's not how chakras work. They radiate outwards, they radiate to the front, they radiate to the back, so on. This is for a reading. I'm drawing what I'm seeing in the reading for a reading, in order to get a sense of the feeling of what is affecting that energy center. So let me clarify that. I am reading my chakras to get a sense of what is affecting each one of these energy centers. So yes, it may actually radiate that way. So before you say it doesn't work like that, I am just drawing anything and everything I see. If I hear the word, let me think of something quickly. For example, let's say I hear the word Stephen as I'm focusing on my solar plexus. And Stephen happens to be the name of my boss, let's say. For fictional purposes, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to put whatever I need to put on this picture. Let's say that get to my solar plexus here and I'm seeing black radiating out this way. And at the same time that I'm seeing this black radiating out, I'm feeling a pain in my stomach. So I would write that down. I would write down that it is affecting my stomach in some way. So we get up here to the heart. My heart is always small and then it feels like it's in a cage. So I'm going to draw a cage around this heart chakra. So for some reason I am feeling closed off. So I may write that word here. I may write closed off on my drawing. Anything and everything, like I said, that I'm feeling as I'm visualizing and trying to pull each one of those chakras through one at a time, I am going to notate on this image. Doing this way is also a great way to enhance your intuitive abilities, and you can see where things are showing up in your body, how things are appearing in your mind, how you may feel about something, or where you're sensing it. So let's say that you drew just a line and you just made, the little lines to get your drawing going. So you could do it that way, and then you could just write the words out from it if you wanted to. So you're going to make sure that you notate everything down that you see, feel, experience, no matter how far off it may seem. Write it down anyway. Like I said, this is a very good exercise in strengthening your intuitive abilities. Okay, so let's say that I get up here to my throat and I feel my throat is very expanded, that chakra energy, that energy center, and I have these, blue lines going out everywhere to it. That could be a very good indication to me that I've been doing a lot of talking. I've been speaking up. I've been, making my voice be heard. So maybe you get to this and you see those blue lines shooting out everywhere and you feel overactive. So you could actually write that, that word in there because that's what you felt at the time. You want to do all of this first. You want your drawing to be first. Do not pull cards first. Do your drawing first. So we get up here to the third eye. Every time I focus on my third eye, I always have purple sparkles within my third eye. You can't really see these showing up, so I could add those in if I wanted to. Like I said, at the time I was doing this, did this drawing, I was really, I had done 3 days of video readings and things, so this was very, very open. Maybe I see it, kind of connecting like this. I could, draw that in like that if that's what I see. And my crown was extremely open to, spirit. So there was all kinds of tendrils coming off of my crown, going upward. So now you've sat here, and this takes some time. I will say that first. This really does take some time to do. If this doesn't make sense to you or you have any questions about this, please leave them in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. Okay, so now we have all of our drawing done. We feel happy with it, and we are ready to do the actual reading around it. So if you heard words, if you saw words, if you got anything specific like that, you could pull cards in regards to those words. Let's say I heard the word angry. So what is affecting me so much that I've been full of, anger recently? And you could shuffle up and pull a card on that. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups, and I could say, see that is like, I feel that my peace is really being disturbed. I'm not feeling content. I'm not feeling like I'm getting to focus on me and nurturing me and taking care of the things that I need to do for myself in order to feel healthy and secure within my own body. What I had pulled when I had before I added all this extra, and it was just the red, where I had seen, it looked like I saw this ball, and part of it looked dark, part of it looked pitted. And so the card that I pulled was the Hangman. What is causing these, before these words, like I did for demonstration for you, I focused on, what is causing the dark areas in my root? What is off balance? Why am I seeing the ball misshapen or pitted? And I could have made notations about those words also, pitted, dark, not circular on this drawing. So I pulled the Hangman. So maybe I am frustrated that things are not progressing in my mundane life like I had hoped that they would, or that I am not feeling stable at the moment. That's what those pits could mean that I saw, and I need to see it from a new perspective. However, it's making me, angry. Now, you do not need, if I didn't say this already, you do not need these chakra cards if you don't have them. I just have them, and they're new, and I thought I'd play around and pull some out and see how it goes. But you don't need that. The only thing you need is a piece of paper and some crayons, a tarot and an oracle if you wanted to. You can use anything that you feel comfortable with. If you have a chakra deck, like I have the Chakra Insight Oracle, I've used this many times before for these readings. This is another one that has the chakra cards in it. This deck is by who? Who is this by? Karen Sangster. It's a Blue Angel deck. And I have pulled these cards before because I didn't have this Feel Your Chakra deck. So you can absolutely use any chakra deck that you may have. It doesn't have to be anything specific. Like, again, I'm just using this for demonstration. Or you can use a regular oracle deck. I got a ton of oracle decks on my table. Let's play around with the Gateway Oracle. Okay, so I do this, and I get the Hanged One for my root chakra. So I'm feeling frustrated because I just feel like I'm stuck. So you could go to your oracle and say, what energy do I currently need to feel unstuck with my root, so I can feel more secure and I can get rid of this, anger or whatever. And so the card is Igniting Courage. I am strong, valiant, and courageous. I need to step into that energy of feeling secure and knowing that everything is going as it's supposed to, and that sometimes, there's just a waiting period, so to speak. Okay, so we move on to the sacral. Now, when I viewed my sacral, I saw it very tiny and with like this black line through it, like it was almost being, like an orange was almost being cut in half, but it was so super small. Some of the things that I could pick up with that energy of that sacral being tiny and small like that is that I am not getting to be creative like I like to be. Creativity fuels me. It is a big passion of mine when I get to create, making art, making my cards, creating jewelry, pendulums, whatever. I enjoy the whole process of that. I keep trying to work that into my day, but I never get around to doing it. So I saw my sacral chakra as being diminished. So I pulled the Eight of Wands. I am needing that passion. I need to reignite that passion and get moving on it. See right here, I feel a lack of passion, which goes right along with how I was feeling. So the Eight of Wands is telling me it's time to start putting that energy out there and actually doing it and not just saying that I want to do it. Okay, so if we come to our solar plexus, and you know, this is your power center of self-esteem, your confidence, and so on. And I started getting stomach issues when I was pulling through, let's say, my solar plexus energy. And I'm hearing the name Steven, who I said could possibly be my boss or whatever. So what is affecting my solar plexus? And the Five of Pentacles came out. And I would read that as I am feeling discouraged because perhaps... And I'd seen this line drawn, like I said, between my sacral and my solar, and the line was orange. So I am feeling a lack of motivation, and I am feeling just a lack of everything in my life because I am not able to honor and engage in my creativity and passions that I want to do, because perhaps work, my responsibilities are taking over right now, and I am unable to find the time to fit in and do those things that I really love. And maybe he is overbearing and causes this lack of confidence in me in the workplace. Since this is the Pentacles and it's like a lack card, maybe I am feeling like he diminishes my contributions in the workplace. I could see it as that for that. Okay, so we're going to move up here to the heart chakra, and I pulled the Ten of Wands. And my heart chakra, I said when I saw it like locked in a cage, and I felt closed off. And so, you know, here the Ten of Wands came out. That's being overburdened and perhaps being a martyr and carrying everybody's stuff for them instead of taking care of my stuff. Or I'm trying to take care of my stuff and everybody else's stuff too. And the chakra card that came out with that is, I love, but I lose my sense of personal boundaries, which makes perfect sense if I was seeing that chakra while I was doing the drawing locked off in a cage. I am losing my sense of boundaries. I'm taking on everybody else's stuff, and I am just shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And therefore I don't have any love to give anybody because my cup is empty. So I would see that in correlation to that. We come down here to the throat, and I said that maybe it was overactive because I was doing a lot of videos, doing a lot of talking, speaking. So we have the Ace of Wands. So I'm speaking with passion. I'm sharing what I love. I'm doing what I love. But sometimes maybe when I talk, I am misunderstood. Let's pull an oracle for the throat, especially since I felt that it was overactive. active. Because I've been speaking passionately about a lot of things. Oh, okay. So here's perfect for the throat. Sharing of yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. So that goes along perfectly where I felt like, because I've been doing a lot of speaking and readings and so on, that this is the card that came out. So then what I could ask next is, now that I know the reason why it is the way it is, I could say, how can I balance? What could I do to balance my throat chakra energy and shuffle up the cards? And if I didn't name the decks that I was using beforehand, I'll try to remember to mention that. So what can I do to balance? So I could take a break here with the Four of Swords. Stop talking for a while. Even though I think that I am, sowing the seeds for what I love and am trying to cultivate, maybe just go a little slower. Don't take on as many readings at one time. Don't try to do that and as many videos. Whatever that may be is just an example. So we'll come up here to our brow or third eye chakra, and the card is Two of Pentacles, so you need to get a better balance of that. And then we come up here to the crown, and I said the crown was overactive because I had been doing a lot of readings and I saw it really big and unable to even hold it in my hands. And I've got the Queen of Pentacles, and that's telling me that I need to get grounded. I've been open for so long trying to do these readings and content and whatever for such a long period of time, for so many days in a row. I need to stop and I need to take a moment and get grounded. I have some knowledge overwhelm, or I would see that as like spirit overwhelm or something along those lines. So this is how I go about doing my chakra drawings alongside a chakra reading. Like I said, you don't need the Feel Your Chakra energy deck. I just thought it would be fun to go ahead and pull a card along with it. But you absolutely don't have to use it. You can use any oracle that you have. If you have another chakra deck, you can use that instead, and whatever tarot that you feel drawn to use for this. Like I said, you could just lay your cards out and pull a card for each one. If you would like to see that type of reading also, where I do just a chakra reading with just the colors laid out, we could do that also. But I did want to show you this because I really think this is a good exercise to start bringing in some more of your intuition, learning how things feel in your body, especially when you are trying to read on the energy centers in your body. You want to know what you're feeling while you're doing it. So where is it affecting you when you're visualizing your crown? Where is it affecting you when you're visualizing your heart? So I think that's it. This video is probably going to be very long. I tried to get through it as quickly as possible. You can let me know in the comments below if you would like to see that other video where I just, like I said, lay out the colors and we do a chakra basic reading that way without the images. If you try this reading, please let me know in the comments below after you've done it and how it worked for you. Were you able to visualize the energy centers, or did you feel them in some way? I'm really curious to know because I don't know of anybody else that does it this way. So yeah, I'm really curious about that. Thanks so much for, oh, I guess I should say the decks I used. I used the Star Seekers Tarot. This is Denise Lynn's Gateway Oracle. It was right in front of me, so I grabbed it really quickly. This is the Feel Your Chakras Oracle deck that you can be found on Etsy. by Metaphysics Made Easy. And is that everything I showed today? Yes, I think it is. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel. If you'd like to see more from me, don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate you taking time to watch this video. And until I see you next time, bye.